Hello and welcome to things I find interesting that happened today in the past, aka T.I.F.I.T.H.T, I.T.P. This show is all about the events that occurred today in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things I personally find intriguing enough for me to bring to you. The source of this information comes from a smart device application on this day, the icon of which is shown as cutoff prevention at the beginning and end of each episode. The music in the background is Halcyon by JJD, which I found on the YouTube channel No Copyright Sounds, aka NCS. For links to the app, music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar. Anyway, on with the show! Today is Wednesday, aka Wednesday, May the 4th be with you. In 2015, the Parliament of Malta moved from the Grand Master's Palace to a purpose-built Parliament House. In 2007, Greensburg, Kansas was almost completely destroyed by a 1.7-mile-wide EF5 tornado. It was the first ever twister to be rated as such with the new enhanced Vegeta scale. In 2000, Ken Livingstone became the first mayor of London. In 1998, a federal judge in Sacramento, California gave Theodore Kaczynski, aka the Unabomber, 4 life sentences plus 30 years after Kaczynski accepted a plea agreement sparing him from the death penalty. Or, how about just 1 life sentence and have it actually be a life sentence? I don't know about you, but when someone says something, I expect they honor what they say, and to me, life sentence means you are behind bars until you die. None of this good behavior bullcrap or any other weenie excuse. Life means life. End of story. Period. Moving on. In 1990, Latvia proclaimed the renewal of its independence after the Soviet occupation. In 1989, during the Iran-Contra affair, former White House aide Oliver North was convicted of 3 crimes and acquitted of 9 other charges. The convictions, however, were later overturned on appeal. That's because he was a distraction so the masses could get their daily dose of lies while the real perpetrators got away scot-free. And he was only acquitted and his convictions overturned because he was still part of the system, and if he wasn't acquitted, the public would figure out the truth when they noticed him still free when he was supposed to be in prison. In 1998, the PepCon disaster rocked Henderson, Nevada as tons of space shuttle fuel detonated during a fire. In 1979, Margaret Thatcher became the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. In 1974, an all-female Japanese team reached the summit of Manaslu, becoming the first women to climb an 8,000-meter peak. In 1972, the Don't Make a Wave Committee, a fledgling environmental organization founded in Canada in 1971, officially changed its name to Greenpeace Foundation. In 1970, the Kent State shootings occurred, in which the Ohio National Guard was sent to Kent State University after disturbances happened in the city of Kent the weekend before. The military force opened fire on the protesters, murdering 4 unarmed students and wounding 9 others.
Mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changing.
The students were protesting the Cambodian campaign of the United States and South Vietnam during the Vietnam conflict. In 1961, Malcolm Ross and Victor Prather attained a new altitude record for manned balloon flight, ascending to 113,740 feet or 34.67 kilometers in the Stratolab 5 open gondola. In 1953, Ernest Hemingway won the Pulitzer Prize for The Old Man and the Sea. In 1932, in Atlanta, mobster Al Capone began serving an 11-year prison sentence for tax evasion. In 1919, the May 4th movement began when student demonstrators took place in Tiananmen Square in Beijing, China, protesting the Treaty of Versailles, which transferred Chinese territory to Japan. In 1910, the Royal Canadian Navy was created. In 1904, Charles Stuart Rolls met Frederick Henry Royce at the Midland Hotel in Manchester, England. Also in 1904, the United States began construction of the Panama Canal. In 1871, the National Association, the first professional baseball league, opened its first season in Fort Wayne, Indiana. In 1814, Emperor Napoleon I of France arrived at Portaferio on the island of Elba to begin his exile. And in 1776, Rhode Island became the first American colony to renounce allegiance to King George III. First, Lance Bass, 1979, John Madden, 1973, William H. Prescott in 1796. And that concludes T.I.F.I.T.H.T, I.T.P. Once again, check the underbar for any links you may be interested in. For your dose of passive daily, I am A.O. Xander, and you are you. Toodles!